Well, it's another good evening. Of course, I'm so much honored that you're still gruesomely tuned on your TV set, watching Motorsport, the #1 show running over the country. And of course, we believe it all starts here, and of course, others follow. We believe we are here to give you the best, and having been fueled by none other than Cityville, we have a big package. Last weekend, we had Rwanda Mountain Goliath reloaded, but this time around, coming at the doorsteps is none other than the Rwanda Night. I have a popular slogan that is running around the city, that's in Agatago. That is best known by you guys, the party animals. You know how you can celebrating that moment. Of course, the Rwanda Night will be, as is Cityville. They are the proud sponsors of this, of course, the proud sponsors of this show. And of course, they go ahead not to sponsoring this show, but of course, they don't only buy airtime to have you guys get the best and get from the best, but of course, they also go ahead to sponsor a team, a rally crew, that is a council, Geoffrey Samba, and of course, Anthony Mugamba, cruising in an Evolution 9. And of course, the upbeat for them, we shall have council priorly to the event of PAL, that is almost at the closed doors. That's next 2 weeks. In 1 or 2 weeks, we shall have council telling us, as Cityville-sponsored drivers, what is in the backyard, in preparation, ahead of the PAL event. And of course, away from there, I'm told the Cityville are also giving up, they are organizing up a special package for the Rwanda, actually for the drivers that's going to be taking part in PAL. They have a cocktail event that is coming for the driver. That will be on 16th September. And of course, we can't drill much about that. And so, of course, we are proud. We here to utilize this item. Elon. Yes, nice meeting you. I'm having a stay in making. The big boy.
Yeah.
Yes, how are you, Aviv?
Good.
You're good? Mm-hmm. Extreme stuff.
Yes.
Welcome back again on the studios of in the handsets of the WBS.
Thank you.
We'll be back, guys. It was a moment of celebration. I saw you, the pumped champagne in your head, Aviv. It was a celebration moment, a celebrant moment, and you guys went celebrating with your coaches, that Daniel Sadler and Kai, who went down with you in Nairobi. Tell us a moment. I know, I need to start with Easter. Are you a little bit nervous?
No.
No? Really? Okay, tell us, read us through, tell the people, the audience wants to know your name, how old you are, because guys always are curious. They're very much curious to know how old you are, how did you start riding? You know, those small guys always see you riding, they always say, is that a boy? Is he small? Is he too big? When they say small boy walking off the bike, they get into shock. So, tell us your name, your age, and where do you go to school? You speak up. Speak up. The guys are watching. They want to see your dad is also watching you home.
My name is Alon Orland.
Oh, yes.
And I'm 7 years old.
7 years, okay. Where do you go to school?
At ISU.
ISU, which class?
Grade 2.
Oh, yeah. This young man is a little bit reservative, but he seems to be a lion in making. That's Aviv Orlando. Oh, sorry, Alon Orland. Of course, I'm always so mad about Aviv. You're becoming too much of... I'm so much obsessed by your ways, you're doing your action. But he has been a star. He's my star whipper. He was... Are you trying the antics of freestyle and Nick Dewick, or you want to be like Nick Dewick?
No, it just comes naturally. Like,
really?
I just, when it's the right time, I do it.
But you always feel, what is at the back of your mind? Do you always see these guys crying out, cheering you, and you always give them a sample? Hey, shh. They say, what's up with the mad boy up?
Yeah, like, whenever we race in Busika or Garuga, like, I can hear them
cheering.
So then, like, I do it and make them happy.
And that's none other than Stav, as always. You guys who have always watched Stav racing on the track, more so in Garuga. We always had the same, but I know the manager will answer it. That's mom. Your mom will give us much in of how she has managed you to compress, actually to make yourself shooting in both tracks. That's Busika and we're down in Garuga. Meister.
Yes.
Aviv, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You're very good?
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Thank you.
I'm proud I'm speaking to African champion, 85cc, yeah? How does that feel?
It feels good. I've been waiting for it.
Oh, really?
For a long time. And finally, yeah.
How did you afford to make yourself in the ranks up there to be the best in Africa for the 85cc?
Just training.
Oh.
training and yeah.
How did you make it? How long? I know you've been so much close in moments with your coach, that's Kai and Daniel. How long has it taken you in training, as in the time duration, to reach to the moment of your form, as in how you're now on form?
Well, I've been training with them for 2 years now.
Okay.
So yeah, during that time we got better and better, and yeah, now I'm really good.
You feel you're good.
Yeah.
And if I may ask a question, are you ready to leave the 85cc and go to the big strokers? That is 125.
I'm staying in 85cc for 3 more years.
Whoa! No, that's being unfair. Come on, guy. You look to be more grading in speed, and you so run fast, and you want to keep 3 years.
Yeah.
You want to make a collection of a cardboard. Where are you going to put all these trophies?
No, like, cause in the US,
Yeah.
they ride on 85cc bikes until 16, 15.
Really, 16 years.
Yeah.
And so you think you should also give them a run for their money, up
Yeah.
like 3 more seasons. Ah, God. I know they're all on Barack, your youngster, the lion in the car, the lion in the jungle. He's saying he's not ready to go. And I believe many guys were saying, probably would this be a match test of this youngster if he ran up to the 125. But I believe with a bit of calculation, technical calculation, I believe these guys are more to give us the best. Let's get the start of these youngsters at Jamhul Park. We get the roaring of the machines and we get the talk, and probably I'll get to my youngster in making. Aaron has only ridden for only just one, he's almost completing a season. But he's a name to mention in the house. Let's get the roaring of the machines and I get back on with Aaron.
Very good. Sean Borland on the 26, getting around the Henny Tully, neck and neck as they go in. And they're off. Holding on there to the front. All right, so looking.
Well, that was one match, the action that happened in Jamhul Park in Nairobi. That was on Saturday. The match action that saw our Ugandan team finish. They ended up being second overall behind Kenya, the organizers of the event. Kenya only beat us by just a few margin. And discussions have been running had staff taken up the lead of the 65cc, who would have chopped the Kenyans. Well, how far true is that, staff? Did you lose off by probably having the misfortunes coming your way?
Like I did not win because of the mistakes I made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I crashed a few times. Like on the last race, I did not finish because I crashed bad on the start,
Oh, okay.
and the bike was completely bent.
How did you feel at the back of your mind after all doing the mistakes almost in every hit? How did you feel at the back of your mind? Your coach is watching, your mom is watching, and of course everybody was the eyes on.
It didn't feel like what I was, what everybody expected me to do,
Yeah.
and yeah, like it wasn't the best race I've done.
Do you regret having lost the win? Was it your win thrown away?
Yeah.
Really? What determination gives you the hope that it was your way to go, winning?
Because like of the training we did,
Okay.
like I expected us to win now because we worked hard in California and here, so yeah.
That was good. Well, I look at my champion here. But you always been too when in California. Do you always go with Alon?
We went with him.
The last
One
training
time.
session.
Yeah, we went with him like one time before, not the last one, but
before the last one.
yeah.
So that's why he had an attesting of how he was racing in the sun. So how did you guys Alon, how did you get to merge the sand racing in California and of course the hard surface in Uganda, Africa, as actually in Kenya, as Africa? How did you find the surface?
Different.
Different? And it didn't give you a challenge?
A little bit.
A little bit. Who was the boy to beat that gave you a hard headache whenever you're racing or getting to race off the start? Who was the boy that you need to plan for?
Isabella.
Isabella, really? So Isabella also was a count on you to see that you could beat them to be... what happened to the other Finn youngster who was racing in your class? Was he in the same class with you? That was a young small boy. It's just almost the same age. Was he... so, when you look at the contest, you have to find out, I'm not going to give you a hard time of describing how the other guys, because you're his plot for the best run on the track, and me riding you over to the person who to beat will be another different way. Looking at the way calculation of how you... Let's run over the national championship. When we get to do... I would love to know how you're featuring at the national championship. That's at 85cc. Do you see yourself getting the chances of beating Fortune off the 2016 title?
Yes. Yeah. Like I'll keep on working hard and keep on trying to beat them, and hopefully I stay out on the top.
On the top. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and keep there.
If you go a little bit mathematical, what could be your chances in calculation that you would beat Fortune? Because you missed out on a few races in Garuga, and of course that was a cost over to you.
Oh, for the championship?
Yep, 2016, the national championship, 85.
I think it would be hard because like I missed a lot of races.
Yeah.
Going to California and racing there, and yeah, like I'm more focused on the races in California.
California.
Because like that's where I want to be.
You want to be a world star.
Yeah.
You're currently making your steps into being a champion, not only Africa, but looking at the whole world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So good. Of course, I'll keep a link in with Daniel Sadlak and Kai, who are the trainers of these youngsters, to read us through what are they calculating for the young guys, what's boiling in the backyard. And then, stop.
Yeah.
Looking at the performance in the 65cc, leave alone you're crushing. Did you feel the race and did you get to excellently enjoy the race? What gave you the lighter moment that you felt, yes, I've crashed, but I've had a lighter moment racing?
My lighter moment is like when I passed the South African.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
So that was the time you felt, yes, though I've crashed, but I still... But how did you afford yourself, getting up, picking up yourself and getting back on the bike? And almost you ended up being third overall in the 65 after crashing. Were you ever head running over them, or it was your hard zealous moments that you still had the hopes of beating them?
I still had the hopes of beating them, but like I had 3 crashes, and the second place
Further, yeah.
It was harder for me to catch up and pass,
but it was all good to go. Well, Alon, I'm with you again. Where do you see yourself? It's a hard question, but I believe you have aspirations and dreams, and it's just only 1 year, almost a year, because you're going to be completing a year at the end of the season. That's when you're going to make a year in your racing action. Do you see yourself, what could be your aspiration? Who are the guys that you looked up to get into starting racing? Who are your idols, as you know, the guys who inspired you into racing that you say, no, I should also go racing, Dad. Get me a bike, I get on the track and go racing too. Who are the guys you're looking up to that gave you that bit of inspiration?
My dad?
Your dad? He's the best rider, you mean? Is he the best rider in the country?
No.
Oh, why? So he inspired you. Your dad inspired you. Good. Who else?
Aviv and stuff.
Aviv and stuff. Do they ride to the style you like, or they just ride as they want? Who of the two does what you want? You feel he has a legacy giving you a run in the day?
Mostly Aviv.
Let me hope Stav won't give you a caning as when you get home. The youngster says he's big brother, that's the elder brother, that's Viv, does him wonders. But I would have thought he would have said stop, because he falls tough as in the age and of course in the line of birth. And what could you look at? Do you expect to be a champion yet?
Yes.
Yes, and how do you see when soon? How soon is it? Is it this year, or probably you're now strategically laying yourself for next year?
I'm still.
You're still plotting for the best team next year.
Yeah.
Oh God! I always love to associate with these young stars, and of course, those guys. I know you believe me or not. Alone has not rest for a year, but he's almost by the close of this season, he would have made a year in dressing. It hardly took him a race or a complete race that he proved to be a boy to beat. He seemingly looked to have been like he has been racing from his youngster, actually from his young age. But he's a boy to look up to. I would say he's a prospect, like just like his other two brothers. That is Viv and Stav, who are making the headlines of the continent and Uganda as general. I read in one of the new dailies. It was Viv. Was it Stav confessing? And so you weren't lamenting, saying, "Oh God, I wish I'd done so." So, what could be your next plot, Aviv? So stop. Sorry.
Wait, what was the question?
I'm not saying what could be your next plot, as in how are you planning ahead now? What is next over on your menu?
I'm now trying now my export is like to stay ahead and not make mistakes and try not to fall and win races.
Win more races. Okay. The boy, the champion, speaks less, but he's a man who sticks to his speaking. And before we get to the break, I would love to hear from the man, the African champion 85cc. Are we from the FIM Africa Championship, where you're now a champion? You're gone to the honor cause of the African motocross championship calendar. You're in the mark. So after winning a championship on the African on their continent, that's Africa, where do you see you next after the round in Kenya? Are we seeing yourself race home or home before? Because I'm told you're supposed to be moving on Monday.
Yeah.
You're traveling on Monday. That's back to the US.
Yes.
California. Are you guys? Let me get it clear. Are you guys participating in the local American rounds, or you just in there to practice and do a few races?
Yeah, we do participate in some small races.
Yeah.
And then we also go for the really big races that like most of America goes to. Yeah, and we do many of those in different states.
Oh Jesus! Well, the question I was wanting to ask, I'll ask the manager, the mom of these youngsters, who will read us through what happened to the aspiration moments of practicing, actually taking part in the youth championship, motocross championship that was selected to be running in Russia. She will give us more in the nitty-gritty of what's in the team, the Oran brothers are plotting to be coming on next. Let's get into the break. We are proudly sponsored by Cityville. Cityville is the #1 relaxation center where you could go for moments. That we have always the Calibrian night. Old school is always on Wednesday, and then the radioactive night is always on Friday. But remember, every first Friday of the month, it's Rally Rave, where you get a chance to rub with your rally stars. Talk about the big names in rallying in the country. You as a fan and any other person who has been following these guys by just media and by print and any other communication link, you get a chance at Cityville to rub soldiers with your rally stars. And of course, you always have a discounted rate. Remember, you only need to mention the word Motorsport Show, which is probably sponsored by Cityville, and you have a chance to be ushered by a queen. Ushered like a queen or a prince into a Cityville Selene environment where you get the best treat of the moment in that session. Let's get into our second break. We come back on set again, of course. We shall have the manager, and we are going to let off the riff of this youngster, and we get the mom sitting in to give us a read through of how they're plotting to have their next moves in the motocross Selena. I'm glad you guys just tuned to WBS TV. The program is Motorsport. Don't go away. Keep it at WBS.